Welcome back everyone to another episode of Sneaker Updates. This will be Sneaker Updates number 77. If you happen to be new here, feel free to subscribe and enable post notifications just to stay 100% updated on all hyped sneakers. Essentially, in this series we go over sneakers that received updates throughout the week. For example, some of those may potentially include some Jordans, Yeezys, and more. But with that short little intro out of the way, why don't we jump right into the first update. Kicking it off for today, we have a couple of updates from Travis Scott. That involves some good news and, unfortunately, some bad news as well. First of all, we saw a couple of interesting things occur on Air Max Day last week. For one, we got to see shock drop for the Air Max Icon, which was easy profit. Shout out to those of you who were following my Twitter and were able to cop from there. More importantly, we also got confirmation that the Travis Scott Air Max 1 will be releasing publicly. Nike put up a vague post that stated, "Stay tuned for more details on the Nike Travis Scott Air Max 1, including availability and release information." They also teased a few images of what the sneaker will actually look like. It almost gives off sort of a Timberland sneaker vibe. We have a mock-up for these courtesy of PH Community, so you guys could have somewhat of a better visual of what we're looking at here. Honestly, I don't think they look too bad, but considering the options he did have and what they could have done with this, I'm certainly a little disappointed with these. Regardless though, you could certainly expect these to be very profitable with an incredible margin regardless when they do end up dropping. And of course, I'll keep you guys updated on the release date, so be sure to subscribe and enable post notifications. And of course, for any funny business with these or any hype drops, follow my Twitter, KeithAdam10, and personals for you for any urgent updates. Or if you prefer early info, follow Endurance's Twitter and try to catch the limited endurance restock 4 p.m. Eastern time, April 1st. Anyway, that's not all for Travis Scott. Like I said, we did have some more updates. Courtesy of Flight Club, we now have more super detailed images of the Jordan 6 Travis Scott Khaki. As you guys know, we have been discussing these for almost a year now. It's certainly been a while, and the time has finally come for them to actually release though. These are still set for this spring, which only leaves the end of April or May, so they certainly are coming soon. Retail is $250, and of course, you can expect them to be very profitable with an incredible margin. Now, unfortunately, we also do have some bad news. As promised, I was going to keep you guys updated on those Jordan 1 Travis Scott high fragments. Back in the start of January, I did inform you guys that the Jordan 1 low Travis Scott fragment was confirmed. Those are still confirmed, and they are going to be releasing. Unfortunately, when it comes to these highs, I cannot say the same. As of now, these are not set to be releasing publicly, which sucks because they look really, really nice, and it would definitely be extremely profitable too. If anything does change, I will certainly keep you guys updated, and I sure hope it does. As of right now, though, these are not set to be dropping publicly, unlike the lows, which are set to be dropping publicly. If they do hypothetically drop, though, it will be in fall of 2021. We can only hope, and I sure do hope so. Transitioning to the other Jordans now. First of all, official images have loaded for the Jordan 4 University Blue. Like I discussed in my April sneakers to resale video, I do expect these to be profitable with a decent margin despite the high retail of $225. The demand on these is just too incredible to not take note of. And it makes sense. I definitely need a personal for these as well. Let me know what you guys think about these. These should be dropping on April 28th. Moving on, official images have loaded for the Jordan 1 Seafoam. These only loaded for the preschool pair actually, but of course you can expect the men to look exactly the same in terms of the color for these. These drop on August 13th for $170. Expect them to be profitable with a good margin. Moving on, the Jordan 12 Low Easter have just loaded onto Nike sneakers for $200. Honestly, they're holding up pretty well, at least for a Jordan 12 Low, because those generally don't tend to perform well at all. I would expect lunch money on these in particular, primarily in sizes 10 and up. If you have tax, expect a very poor margin, and still a subpar margin if you don't have tax. So it's definitely nothing crazy on these, but some potential for lunch money is all, and I did want to keep you guys in the loop for these. Then we also saw the Jordan 5 Raging Bull, also known as the Jordan 5 Toro Load. We already discussed these in my last video, but just to refresh your memory, I do expect these to be profitable, especially sizes 10 and up, bigger the better. Although the stock is very high for these, I do feel that there will be sufficient demand for easy lunch money with a subpar margin, even if you do have tax. Speaking of Jordan 5s, we got a mock-up of the upcoming Jordan 5 Women's Bluebird, which are set to be dropping on October 7th for $190, courtesy of Z Sneakerhead. Moving on, we got a mock-up for the Jordan 3 Pine Green, also courtesy of Z Sneakerheads, which will be dropping on November 13th for $190. Then we got an in-hand look at the Jordan 1 Electro Orange after only having mock-ups beforehand. These will be releasing on July 17th for $170. Expect these to be profitable with a good margin as well. Then we do have more bad news as well. Unfortunately, the Jordan 3 A Ma Maniere has been delayed. They were initially supposed to be releasing tomorrow, the 30th, but now they have been delayed. Of course, I will keep you guys in the loop for when they are going to be releasing. Moving on, we got a mock-up of the Jordan 11 Animal, courtesy of Z Sneakerheads, which is set to be dropping in December of this year for $220. Let me know what you guys think about these, because these are certainly far from the usual patent leather, to say the least. Now, with Jordans out of the way, though, let's move on to some Yeezys, and we got quite a few updates today, just like last time. First of all, courtesy of Yeezy Mafia, we got our very first in-hand look at the Yeezy 450 Dark Slate. These will be releasing this spring, so possibly even sometime in late April or perhaps May for $200. Just like the last ones, expect these to be very profitable with a great margin as well, full throttle without a doubt. Moving on, the foam runner hype is far from over. We just so happen to have another pair dropping in May. This is the Yeezy Foam Runner Mineral Blue. Expect them to retail for $80 like usual for these and be very profitable with an incredible margin, just like the prior ones. Then we also got some more good news. The Yeezy 500 in Flame has now been confirmed for a date of April 24th for $200. Now, even though this isn't the most desirable colorway exactly, I still do expect these to be profitable with a good margin in all sizes and a great margin in all sizes under 8. Not to mention, we're apparently supposed to be seeing a few more 500 low colorways this spring, so of course I'll keep you guys updated, and it would definitely be nice if we could see some more at the end of April or perhaps even early May. Of course, I'll keep you guys updated. And finally, for Yeezys, we do have some more good news. The Yeezy 700 Bright Blue now has a confirmed release date, which is right around the corner. These will be dropping on April 17th for $240. Even if there is hypothetically a lot of stock for these, which I'm not exactly sure there's going to be, I do still feel that you'll be able to make a good profit off of these with a good margin as well, since retail is only $240. It's a $60 discount from the usual $300 retail. It's going to be amazing if they continue this over the initial $300 retail with more future 700s. This leaves much more room for profit for all 700s and definitely many more drops to look forward to, of course. Moving on to some miscellaneous sneakers with Yeezys out of the way, though, why don't we start off with some Off-White, since we did start the video with Travis, unlike the usual Off-White. This fall, we will be seeing the Off-White Nike Dunk 50 collection. Each pair will drop for $180, and you can expect all of them to be very profitable with a great margin. So far, we have a preview of a couple of them. So far, on the screen right now, you're seeing the 8 out of 50, the 30 out of 50, the 2 out of 50, and finally the 50 out of 50. I'll keep you guys updated with all the details for these and how to cop them, of course, so be sure to subscribe and enable post notifications so you're updated on those. Moving on, according to Pirates, we will be seeing another Puma Air Max 1 collaboration this fall in 2 colorways at $160 each. You can expect these both to be profitable with a good margin when they do end up dropping, especially in the larger sizes. Then we got official images for the SB Dunk Low Celadon, which will be dropping in April for $100. Expect these to be very profitable with a great margin as well. Then we got our very first look at the Dunk High Sulfur. These may be dropping this summer with a retail of $110. When they do release, expect them to be profitable with a very good margin as well. And finally, for today, it looks like we will be getting another Para SB Dunk Low later this year. Whenever they do end up dropping, expect them to be very profitable with a great margin as well. But anyway, that will conclude it for today. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed, or you perhaps learned a thing or two. Subscribe and enable post notifications just to stay 100% updated on all hyped releases. Also, feel free to check out the links in the description below for reliable, fast, residential proxies and pre-verified Nike sneakers accounts. And remember, the limited endurance restock will take place on Thursday, April 1st at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. CET. Last but not least, make sure to follow Keith Adam 10 and Personals for You so you guys stay updated on all urgent info like I was mentioning today. With that though, I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day and good luck on all these upcoming releases.